The BIS Innovation Hub runs these amazing innovative projects that, contribute to enhancing the financial system, but also building the new. And to be able to be in a position where you can work with central banks, with public sector, but also collaborate and bring together public-private partnerships to, enhance the financial system, to contribute to public goods, I think is quite a unique opportunity. And I think that is, it's a privilege to be here actually and to be in this role. And so it was really a no-brainer for me to be able to join the work and contribute to the work. So I've been in private sector and public sector over my career and have seen how some of the pain points, if you like, of what exists in kind of financial systems and financial services more generally. But I particularly enjoyed working on innovative new projects that solve problems in an iterative way, in an agile way, where you can build something and it's got the potential to actually make a difference in the market. So it's sort of my background in the work that I've done in public and private sector. And so the Innovation Hub needs that, that combination of thinking about innovative solutions, but also thinking about risk management and thinking about how do you combine, governance and the right frameworks to be able to deploy these innovative solutions. So when you combine that, I think it's a very powerful way in which you can innovate for the public sector, and you could really think maturely about innovation in terms of delivering public goods. I think this is the I suppose the background that I'm able to bring to this role is that role in both of the public and private sectors, and finding that combination and sweet spot between innovation and doing it responsibly. So in the Singapore Centre, we've got a number of exciting projects actually, but I'll start by talking about the way in which we want to think about our projects, which is some of our projects sit within next generation financial market infrastructure, and Project Nexus is one of those, where we are linking instant payment systems on a multilateral basis, cross-border. But also that means that we also need to think of other components of next generation financial market infrastructure and try to look at how we solve some of the other issues that payments chains and cross-border payments have, such as compliance and clearing and settlement and so on. And so we also have Project Mandala in the Singapore Centre, which deals with streamlining and automating compliance checks. And we're looking at new projects that also looks at sort of clearing and settlement, and particularly clearing and settlement within retail cross-border payments. So you could see how then we are trying to really build the building blocks of a next generation FMI. And that's kind of the strategy, if you like, of how we think of our projects. But those are some of the key projects that we have. We also have some projects on the green finance space. And again, we started with Project Ellipse, with Subtech and RegTech, creating a sort of a platform for supervisors to be more forward-thinking in how they supervise, bringing in unstructured data and structured data, and trying to really create dashboards for supervisors to use in their supervisory activity as a tool. Then we looked at green or climate risk data to include into that platform, and Project Viridis explored that. We're about to issue the report there. And of course, we have another project on Network for Greening the Financial System, which is a directory for finding the data that you need in climate risk. And so we continue to explore different areas of which we can deal with climate risk. And the next area that we want to explore is the use of generative AI and digital twins. And so that's something that we're going to explore this year within climate risk and green financing. So in the Singapore Centre, one of our key projects is Project Nexus, which is interlinking instant payment systems, which are domestic structures, cross-border on a multilateral basis through a hub, which we call Nexus. That work has started with a proof of concept, a working prototype, and we partnered with central banks around the world. The working prototype was with the Euro systems, Malaysia and Singapore. And now we have just come out of a phase 3, which looks at building a blueprint for how we take that, that structure into the real world. And so we are very excited by what Nexus can achieve and what it can deliver for this particular, area of cross-border payments. It is one of the priorities for the G20 on the G20 roadmap for cross-border payments, and we think that we can contribute to that, to those initiatives and those priorities, and we hope that to see Nexus live in the real world soon. Well, Singapore is a great region. It's in a great region in terms of innovation. A lot of the markets in Asia are really keen to look at how can they use technology to deliver on certain priorities that many countries have there around financial inclusion, around building new financial market infrastructure, working with technologies to enhance what they have. And Singapore's been at the forefront of that. But it's very much, thinking about a regional and they have a very international outlook as well. So thinking internationally about what is globally, what is the ecosystem, thinking about what can we, what are the priorities and what can we do to progress forward some of those priorities and some positive outcomes. So it's a very vibrant region from that perspective, and I think that really contributes to how we are then challenged and constantly supported, but equally challenged in a very friendly way to be ambitious and to push ourselves forward. And I think it's a great position to be in, certainly a great partnership with our host central bank in Singapore. Well, I took over the Singapore Centre. It was already running. There were some great projects that the team were leading, and there's been tremendous momentum in the work that's going on there. So I think my number one priority is to really honour that work and support it and make sure that I can contribute to leading the team, to pushing that work through to high quality outcomes. And obviously, given that this is something that's already in train, it was important for me to continue to support that work. Now, on the other side, what I also want to do is ensure that there is a pipeline of new projects for the future, next year and the year after, if you like, to really continue to bring in new ideas and build a roadmap of some of the work that we do. Again, with a very strategic focus on the work that the BIS more generally does in innovation, and the work that the BIS Innovation Hub does in obviously in innovation. And so supporting sort of that narrative, but making sure that we are constantly kind of using an agile approach to iterate and show value in innovation projects.